Hi guys, Ryan here and welcome to the workshop. I've just sold my Cannondale FSI hardtail that I've been using for the first part of the mountain bike season. And to be able to offer it at a lower price point, I swapped the Level Ultimate brake set and the Sram XX1 Eagle group set for something more affordable. And that was a combination of Sram Level T brakes and also a drivetrain mix that consists of GX Eagle and NX Eagle components. And I think this combination will give good value for money and also will conserve most of the performance of the XX1 group set. So here's how the build went and how it turned out in the end. Okay, so the build is now finished with the cost reduced drastically, but I don't think that performance-wise it's going to be too much different. So starting from the front, you've got the Sram Level T brakes. The most obvious cost-saving measure in these brakes is that you don't get the super fancy hardware, so no carbon lever, no titanium bits and bolts, no matchmaker clamp, just a regular one. So the setup is not as tidy, but brake power wise it's pretty much up there. The caliper itself is much bigger, much bulkier. For bleeding it doesn't use the bleeding edge tool, so it takes a couple of minutes longer, but otherwise it's the same functionally. The bite point can be adjusted the same way as on the ULT brakes, so not much of a difference there. They're still ambidextrous, so that's good if you want to change to a moto style brake. Otherwise, yeah, same dot fluid, same as on the higher end brakes. I've also changed the cranks and there are quite a lot of options now. I didn't go for the NX Eagle crank because that uses the new dub axle, and that would be a bit complicated to fit to this proprietary BB30A asymmetric Cannondale bottom bracket. I already had spacers for a BB30 crank, so I went for a SRAM GX Eagle crank. So this is a forged aluminum arm crank with an oversized 30mm axle, pretty light still, and does the job. The good thing with aluminum cranks is they don't get scored so badly by rock strikes. I think that's a definite improvement. Then XTM 780 pedals, standard mountain bike stuff, nothing too fancy there. And then the rest of the drivetrain basically, or the shifting at least, is an NX Eagle shifter, NX Eagle rear mac. No big difference compared to GX Eagle really. NX Eagle chain, which is solid all the way, so no weight savings there, which is good because it doesn't stretch on the power, although it's a bit heavier. The only problem I have with these lower end chains is that they are not made such high tolerances, so they might not be as effective. And since this wheel already uses an XZ driver body, and I didn't want to change that because that, well, it wouldn't be too complicated because it's DT Swiss, but still I wanted to keep that. So instead of the usual NX cassette, I put a GX Eagle cassette in there, which is not much more expensive, but saves I think more than 100 grams compared to the NX Eagle version. So with this hybrid of NX and GX, actually you do get quite a good value for money, I think, weight and performance wise. As for the shifting quality, I haven't ridden this, just tried it on the work stand, and yeah, it doesn't feel all that different to my XX1 Eagle setup, to be honest. Of course the lever is a bit more plasticky, not as direct feeling, but yeah, very similar in terms of action, and I don't think that out there on the trail you will notice much of a difference apart from the weight, of course. Yeah, and the chainring, this is already the newer style X-Sync 2 chainring, 32 teeth, so pretty much standard Sram stuff all the way. One thing I might consider with this one, and would improve the shift quality greatly, is the upgrade that I have on my bike, and that's the bike yoke pulley here that has aluminum construction and actually a bearing in there, so it spins much more freely in dirty conditions. But other than that, nice little drivetrain that complements the bike with good performance. Okay, so this is all about this bike. If you want to know more about the bikes that I ride myself, then don't forget to tune into the channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.